Come with me today as I bring you to the northernmost point of New Zealand and to some epic sand dunes. I'm going to start by where I left off in my last video, waking up at my campsite and making the 3-hour drive to come here. And make sure to watch to the end so you can see me wipe out. You'll see what I'm talking about when you get there. So I just finished getting ready for the day, showered, changed, all that good stuff. I'm gonna go head to the gas station now. I've got like 3/4 of a tank left. Yeah, 3/4 of a tank. Don't necessarily need to get fuel yet, but since Cape Reinga is so far north, I'm not exactly sure on where there is a gas station on the way. I might as well just get gas now. I know there's a couple towns I'll pass through on the way there, but let's go to the gas station. So I'm at the gas station now. I gotta figure out how this works because it's different in the US. There's no attendant at this gas station. So it's a pay and pump, which I think is the same as the US, except you have to pay at a terminal that's on the wall over there instead of on the pump. This is the payment terminal that I was talking about. So you just pay here before you pull your pump off the thing, and then you pump it over there. Also, unlike in the US, you have to hold your gas pump the entire time while you fill it up. There's no little auto thing on the handle to keep it pumping for you. Safety reasons, I guess. And like that, it just stops. Let's see how much it was. I don't know if you could tell on video. $70.16 for 23.71 liters. I have a full tank now. It says it's gonna take about 3 hours to get there, and the time is currently almost 8 a.m. So my guess is it's definitely gonna take longer, especially if I take a pit stop. I probably will. I'll catch up to you guys when I do that, if I do. And then I've got my breakfast. And by breakfast, I mean energy drink. I know, what a great breakfast. So good for me, but I'm not that hungry right now, and I want to make sure I'm wide awake on the road because it's a long drive, windy mountain roads a lot, so far at least. I don't know, maybe farther north there's not as many mountains. I know the South Island has even more mountains, so I'll have to keep that in mind when I go drive there. And I'm just right across the street from the gas station. I pulled over to film this, and I had to get one last view of the bay here, so I'll catch back up with you guys when I make my first stop. Alright, just checking in with you guys. It's currently 9:09 a.m. I've got an hour and 51 minutes left, and I'm just sitting waiting for traffic to go. Here we go. And now it's 9:20 and I'm at another one of these stops. I've had quite a few of these. There's road construction going on different corners and stuff, and it's down to one lane, so there's like a little stoplight and they have everyone stop. But the views everywhere here are so good. I mean, like, it's just rolling green hills right here. There's a lot of cows and sheep and stuff like that. This is probably one of the least boring places to drive. Everything is so fun to look at here, and the roads are all windy, and I have fun with windy roads. I don't know, maybe some people don't like them, but I think it's cool, especially being from Florida where everything's all flat. It took about 3 minutes, not too long, so I'm gonna keep going now. It's 10:05 a.m. and I've only got an hour and 3 minutes left. I just stopped on the side of the road here. I'm gonna get out and stretch my legs really quick. There's a couple of picnic tables over here, just on the side of the road. And I think the way you pronounce the name of this stream that's behind me is the Waimaku stream. I could be completely wrong, but there's a little path down to go check it out. You just can't bring your car down there. It's like chained off. Here's the little chain I was talking about. But I'm gonna go walk down here and see if there's anything interesting. I don't know, I hear some birds. It's pretty normal though. Hopefully it's not too muddy anywhere, because once again I'm wearing my white shoes. Wonder what we will see down here. I love the plants here too. They're so different than what I'm used to. And I think this is the stream right here. There's a whole little area down here if you want to have a picnic down here or something. There is some footprints in the mud down there, but I'm definitely not going to go walking in that. Oh, a couple sheds there. That's interesting. I'm going to check these out. Kind of creepy. Yeah, I don't know. These are creepy. I'm gonna go back up to the car now. I have no idea if it's somewhere that you're supposed to go down to, but I figured with the picnic tables and a little sign up there saying the name of the stream that it was fine. No, there wasn't any sign saying not to go down here, but... Alright, time to get back on the road. An hour and 3 minutes left. Let's get there. I've still got 2 kilometers, or actually 1.8 kilometers till I'm at the campground. And I'm on these gravel roads. As you can tell, it's very bumpy. You can hear everything banging around in my car. But we're almost there, and these roads are also beautiful. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse on this, because I'm not in a truck or anything. It's crazy how quick the landscape changes in New Zealand. It's like, I mean, it's all somewhat similar, but everywhere you go, it's all also different. These mountains are way bigger than the ones I was like by before, were like hills. And it still has the ocean right next to it, but it feels like I'm in an entire different country right now. So I have arrived to the campsite. It's pretty windy, that's why I'm like hanging into my car right now. But not too bad. I think the bathrooms are just around the corner. I'm gonna eat a snack really quick and then pack my bag, and there's a hike. I heard it's about 3 hours each way. So I better start that now because it's around 11:30ish right now, and I gotta make sure I get back before it's dark. So for my snack, I'm gonna have one of these chocolate nut bars. It's apricot, and then another apple like always, although I'm out of apples now. This is my old food basket. And then I'll probably have a couple of these they're cheddar corn thins. They're pretty good. The wind is just absolutely ripping through this campground, but here's what I'm going to bring. I got a little day pack here. I'm going to bring 2 1.5 liters of water, a charging cord and a portable charger, some chapstick, and then a little bit of filming equipment, and snacks, and a little bit extra of snacks, more than I normally have, but just in case, you know. Alright. I hope when I get around the corner too that the wind stops blowing through here like this. I had the hatch open and all my stuff started blowing away, so I needed to close that and come in through this door. I doubled up on the jackets. If I get too hot, which I probably will, I'll just take one of them off and put them in my backpack. But I also switched it up. I got my appropriate shoes on now, so my white shoes don't get all dirty. There's a sign in the front of this campground that says all the information about the hikes. I know some of them are closed right now, so I'm gonna go have to figure that out, and hopefully the wind holds off. Here is a map of the Paki Recreation Reserve, the coastal trail here, and I think all of these trails on here are closed except the one from the campground that I'm staying at to Cape Reinga. And according to the sign, it is 5 kilometers and 2.5 hours one way. So I have plenty of time to do it. Let's hope everything's open when I start getting that way. I know some of these tracks closed recently because of storms. So thankfully, just around the corner of the mountain here, the wind isn't as near as bad. Right behind me is the bay that the campground, and there's also a day area. If you're not camping here, is that you can pay online. I don't know if you're able to pay for the campground here. And the day area has free access. There's a lot of picnic tables. There's some cold outdoor showers. And then they have drop toilets. So Not the fanciest, but they have what you need. And just like my greatest fear, the track was closed after I searched for it because it wasn't well marked at all. So there's the whole bay and the campground's over there, but you have to walk all the way down the beach to even find this little sign. So I think I'm just gonna walk the road and see how close I can get to the lighthouse. Hopefully the lighthouse is open so I can at least see that. That's the main viewing point here. Which, it sucks that it's closed, but it's still beautiful here, so it makes up for it. Even though I said I was gonna hike there, I've come to the decision that I'm going to drive the road there instead of hike the road, because I'm not sure exactly how long that takes and I want to make sure I'm back before dark. But I'll see if I can get to the lighthouse still. Anyways, we're going to the sand dunes too. I was gonna go to the giant sand dunes tomorrow, but since this trek is not available, I'm gonna see if I have time to squeeze it in today. I know you can rent a sandboard there and go sandboarding. I'm not sure if the rentals are something you have to do in advance or how it works, but it's not far from where I'm staying at all. But first I'm gonna drive up to the lighthouse because I did talk to somebody that's at the campground here, and they said they were able to drive there today, but they weren't able to hike because the trail was closed, which I found out myself, but should have talked to them before, I guess. So it took about 15-20 minutes to drive up here. There's a nice little car park and some restrooms at the start of it, and I can see the lighthouse from here. It's not that far of a walk, but at least I get to see it still. Here, let me show you. Right down there. I'm not sure if you can see it yet, but I'm going to be walking you all the way down to it and showing it to you, and then after I'm going to head to the giant sand dunes. It seems that the entire pathway from the car park to the lighthouse is a finished, paved kind of pathway. So if you come here with your whole family, or maybe some older people or younger people, will have a lot easier time getting to the lighthouse. They don't need to do any coastal treks to get out here, so that's nice. It seems that no matter which way you face here, the wind just blows super hard the whole time. It stopped for a second now though, but I wonder what the elevation is here, because it looks like we're so high up, and I'm sure we are pretty high, but here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so the walking path is up there, and all the way down there is the ocean. You can see the waves crashing on the rocks down there. I'll put into the video if I can find what the elevation of the lighthouse is. The lighthouse is right over there. It's a little bit of walk, and there is elevation gain on the way back up and down. So if you want to come visit it, just keep that in mind. It's not too hard though, because it's all flat, smooth surfaces. According to Maori culture, this is where their loved ones come to depart back to their homeland once they pass away. So it is disrespectful to eat or drink anything while visiting the lighthouse. It's very hard to get footage out here because the wind will not stop blowing, which makes sense. There's nothing protecting the wind coming off the ocean here. But right behind me, not only is the lighthouse, but it's where the Tasman Sea and the Pacific Ocean meet. And yeah, that's Cape Reinga Lighthouse. It was the last manned lighthouse in New Zealand. The weather is great, so it makes sense that there's a bit of people here, but I can only imagine if you come during peak season. It's almost peak season, not there yet, but the weather is beautiful today. And this is the other end that brings you all the way up to by the lighthouse of the coastal trek that I planned on going on. That is closed. The campground is down there. And then the lighthouse is just up these steps and down the ramp where I just came from. Right down there. I made it back to the car park, but it's hot now. It's just got so hot being out here. Even when the wind's blowing, it's still hot. So I can only imagine the sand dunes are gonna be even warmer, but I'll see when I get there. I'll let you guys know. I had to shed my jacket and hoodie already today, so the sweatpants will probably change to shorts soon. I think the sand dunes are only like a 15 to 30 minute drive from here, so I'll catch back up to you guys down there. Also, I'll see if I can rent a sandboard. Hopefully I don't get too sandy though, because I don't want to take a cold shower at the campground. I'm almost at the sand dunes. There's a 4-kilometer gravel road, as you can see some of it right here. I think most cars should be able to make these gravel roads I've been on so far in New Zealand, but you just gotta make sure you're careful while you're on them. And just like that, I've arrived. I have a feeling that this is gonna get sand everywhere, but I've been waiting for this to come here for a while. This is one of the main reasons, besides the lighthouse, why I came all the way north. And don't think I'll be back up here before my trip in New Zealand is over, so I'm definitely gonna go on the dunes. Why wouldn't I? I changed out of my boots into some slides, and I rented this board to go sandboarding with. They have rentals right here at the dunes, and they're just $15. I ended up taking my slides off. They said it's better to go barefoot. Hopefully this doesn't make too much of a mess. There is water that you have to walk across to actually get to the dunes. I have a feeling it's going to be really cold, but here, let's see. It's actually moving pretty quick right here. Oh yeah, it's cold. Oh, it's freezing cold. This is a lot harder to walk up than I thought it would be. Let's see how high I can go. I've been walking for a while now, but I think I see where I want to go. It's probably way farther than it looks like it is from here, but I'll show you guys once I get up there. Seeing this, I would not think I'm in New Zealand. I've been walking for quite some time now, and this little area with all these rocks mixed with the sand kind of makes me feel like I'm outer space. Is this Mars or something? I don't know. That's really cool. Yeah, there's bits of rocky parts everywhere, but I'm trying to go all the way up there. You can't even see where I parked anymore. So there's these really cool patches of like wet sand up here, and they're so satisfying to break. Look at this. I'm using the sandboard that I rented as a wind protector right now. Like, it's blowing hard. I'm not gonna go any higher because the farther you go, just the higher they look, because you can't see over the next one until you're on top of it. But I'm way higher than I already thought I was gonna go, so it's time to sandboard down, I guess. And here's what I mean by I'm using the sandboard as a windscreen. Whoa! Alright, now it's going really slow. I guess I didn't choose a steep enough spot. This part should be a lot faster for the video. If I can get going, that is. Oh crap. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, I'm covered in sand. Sand in my mouth and just all over me. I think you guys get the idea of what I'm trying to do here. I'm gonna put my phone in my pocket and finish sandboarding and hopefully not do that again. Besides all the wind out here, it's absolutely peaceful. I can't even hear other people right now. I also can't see any other people, so hopefully I'm going to the right place. I've been back at my car here for a little bit now, and I've just been using baby wipes to give myself a bath as good as I can, because the campground I'm at has outdoor cold showers. So yeah, that's not gonna do. What's gonna have to do are these baby wipes. Still feel like I'm covered in sand, but way better than I did before anyways. And I'm pretty tired actually. It's about 4:15, 4:30. And I'm gonna go head to the campsite before it gets dark out and see if it's too windy there. I'm not gonna cook anything. I'll just eat something I have that's already made. But if it isn't too windy, I'll probably cook something up. I made it back to the campsite. I changed my spot. I parked in the motorhome spot. In my opinion, this is a motorhome. It's got a motor and it's my home now, so motorhome. It is too windy outside to cook, sadly. I was gonna make ramen noodles or spaghetti or even soup. I have all those things I can make. But I'm probably just gonna have another nut bar and more of those cheddar corn crisp things. I don't know, I'll see. Maybe some raisins too. This is what I decided to go with, some 98% sugar-free hazelnut spread on a white flour tortilla. So, hey, normal hazelnut spread's good. I've never tried this, so I'm kind of curious. It doesn't taste at all like normal hazelnut spread, but it's still got the chocolate taste, so it's pretty good. The more I ate that, the better it tasted. I actually really like that stuff. I don't think it's as good as Nutella, but the fact that it's way less calories and tastes like chocolate, that's good enough for me. Also, something else I don't think we have in the US is Pepsi Max Raspberry. I know we have Pepsi Max, but I haven't seen a raspberry one. Maybe in like the Pepsi machines that are touchscreen. I don't know what they call them. I know the Coke ones are freestyle machines, but maybe in that? I don't know. I've never seen Pepsi Raspberry before though. In the stores here, they also have a Pepsi Max Vanilla, then they have Coke Vanilla, Coke Lime, and Coke Raspberry. Pepsi Max Raspberry is really good. It tastes like a regular soda, which surprised me, especially compared to the other sodas I've had in New Zealand, since they don't have all the chemicals in their soda that the US has. It just hasn't been the same, but this is my favorite one so far. Now I gotta try the Coke one. So I'm walking on the beach at the campground. The sun's just going down over the mountain. I can see it going down. I want to thank you guys for watching today's video all the way to the end. I really hope you're enjoying my content so far. Leave a comment with any suggestions that you think I should do in my future videos. And please subscribe so that way you don't miss any of my future uploads, because I've got plenty more adventures to come.